you got to understand what you have to get better at as you watch the tape. Once I understand that, now come out here and get better. So know what you have to get better at and work to continue to try to get better at it. Like, every single day. Like, gosh, dog, man. Y'all got a chance to be really good. We just can't let our foot off the gas because somebody told us how good we were.
Same thing on offense. We walk in that building right there. Everything we do together. I love it competing. I love talking smack. When we walk in there, make sure you know we've made each other better. That's what matters. All right? We're going to get a break. We're see your coach. And then we've got, what we got back there? Higgs. We got
Cincinnati
be the first G5 program to ever make the college football playoff.
That part of the summer where you kind of started to get real anxious.
This is the year of all years. Something crazy will happen.
Cincinnati wins the American Championship.
Runway 8 Kilo, you're cleared for takeoff.
And at that time it was log cabins that were built in 1963, and it did have a dining hall, a swimming pool, and the barn.
Coach Minner, Rick Minner, was the first coach that we dealt with. John Whittikin was part of the program then too. So
1999, 2021, I believe this is my 22nd year here. And after the 1998 season, Bob Goen, our AD, asked myself, Paul Klazak, and Jay Bailey. Paul was our deputy AD. Jay was our equipment manager. He's like, we've got to get out of Clifton for training camp. We want to find a place that we can get away to. And we had some different places, but Terry Friends, who was our band director at the time, who lives right behind Higher Ground, would bring the band out here all these years.
So they called, and Paul Klazak, who was the associate AD at the time under Bob Goen, and John Whittikin came out, called and came out for a tour.
And we met with Chuck and Brenda, and there was really no going anywhere else. We drove back towards Cincinnati. We stopped at Cracker Barrel, which is still there, right in Harrison. And I sat with those guys. I'm like, guys, this is where we got to go. And we canceled our other trips.
And so he loaded up some buses and brought them all out, and we fed them and set up a meeting room. And Mr. Goen said, folks, this is the new training facility for the Bearcats.
What's your favorite part about being out here?
To me, the favorite part is obviously the food's fantastic.
You know what's going on right there. Hey, boy, you good though. You ain't got to worry about it.
I think it's kind of neat to hear the different comments from the players about our food.
Food's famous.
Well, we hope so. I noticed at the beginning of the first day of camp this year, one of the new equipment guys walked past Dalvin's table, who's the equipment manager, and he goes, "You're right, Dalvin, you weren't lying, this is good." So that makes you feel good that, okay, we're doing our job.
2, just for safe measure.
I told my mom I'm about to go, I'm getting a salad over there. So, hey, I'll get my veggies, don't worry about it.
No veggies.
Just food.
Oh, snap.
I need one barbecue for every nugget.
Gotta always overload on the nuggets, man. Can't never go wrong with the nuggets.
Go ahead, tell me, man.
That's a 30 ball right there. You gotta get
10
this.
nuggets on his plate, talking about 30 balls.
That's more than 10, bro. Stop worrying about my plate, bro. That's why you weigh what you weigh. I weigh what I weigh.
We all know it's a grind. We all know camps are hell, but it's all about how you look at it. And nobody wants to be away, you know. They want to be, able to sleep in their own bed and, turn on their own TV and things like that. But the ability for our kids to embrace it and not look at it as just hell, as it is an opportunity to focus, to get ourselves prepared to make a run at whatever it is, we desire.
I'm very fortunate. All of my staff, we've all played college football, so we can relate with them with camp and the grind and all that stuff. They know they can relate to each other out there, coaches, all that stuff. But I think it's all about, like I said, our biggest thing that we try to do in a program is, yes, you're going to work your butt off. Like anything in life worth anything, you have to work hard for it. But at the same time, we give back so much, whether that is, hey, this practice is cut way short, or we're going to move it to night practice, or you're going to sleep in, or today for lunch, you're going to have the snow cone truck come and all those kinds of things. And, so we try to do just as much fun things that we can to get those kids to feel fresh and, mentally, physically, all that stuff. But ultimately, no doubt, when you're out there, it's about putting in the work.
All right, to go. Bye, bud.
You threw it right in my shoes. Ew. So.
When was your first time fishing, Mitch?
When I was about probably 13, I think, with a friend. We just went on a river. I mean, we didn't have a license or something, but we tried to fish, didn't catch anything, so.
Back from camp, we're gonna take the bass boat out. We go on the boat with me. We'll do some real fishing then.
I heard that thing doesn't carry that much weight though.
It's got it's a 760-pound limit.
Didn't you go
We're both 330. What's the math on that? I'm getting bit.
Oh, you got a big one. Oh wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
What kind of food do y'all eat down there in Germany? Different than what we eat here.
I mean, my favorite food is duck.
Duck?
You ever ate duck?
I've ate duck before.
Duck with dumplings.
Is it
like the big yellow balls.
Is it like kind of like our chicken and dumplings? Oh no, we're tangled. Son of a gun. Oprah House?
Hofbräuhaus.
Oh!
No way.
There.
Damn it.
Got it.
Oh my God. We got it. Wow. That's a long one.
Certified big bass. Well, it's little. It's not going to get hurt.
Reaction to our place in the preseason polls.
Hold on, you say what?
I would say amazing. Well deserved.
I mean, it can always be better. You feel me? Fuel to the fire.
I don't look at those things. I don't pay any mind. I haven't even seen it yet. What are we ranked?
8 and 10.
8 and 10.
I feel like that we don't need to get caught up in like what our preseason rankings should be.
Grateful, honestly, grateful, very grateful for the opportunity. It just, I think that if we would have came out on top of the last game, we would have ended up higher. But it's definitely a great place to start off with. Now we got to finish the job, and after the season, we in the top 4 playing playoffs. But I'm excited.
I'm feeling it. I'm with it. We ready to go on this run.
Do you pay attention to rankings or have any use for them?
How many times would you ever ask me that? I think this is going into year 5, and I said in year 1 when they didn't even rank us, to year 5 where who knows where they've got us. But I didn't pay attention at it then, other than to motivate me. I don't pay attention to it now. So, no.
Good answer. You have a kind of a new mantra, new saying that high tides raise all ships. What does that mean to you?
whatever. I mean, you're kind of always trying to figure out what it is your team's going to need, and what it is that your coaching staff's going to need, and what it is that your program's going to need. And it became really evident to me, like I said, at the end of that game last year. And as we were going to the locker room, really thinking about what, how do you take some of those next steps? You get so close, and then there's a disappointment. But how do you feed off of that? Obviously, it goes all the way back to, not saying John F. Kennedy came up with it, but he obviously used it in a few of his speeches, really talking about the idea for me and for our program, as it was starting with me, is I wanted to be able to look at guys like Desmond Ritter and Majay Sanders and Coby Bryant and those guys that chose to come back because they weren't satisfied with where they were. I first looked at myself and I wanted to put the pressure on me. So the high tides meant to me, those guys want greater, and my job is to find a way to do it, to expect more out of myself, which then expects more out of the people around you. So they set the tone for what the tide of this program is. Some people would say, well, the coach sets the tone, right? He's going to tell you what your goals are. No, that's not the case. The culture, the atmosphere, the men in that locker room set the tone, set the tide for what it is that we're going to do. And after that game, with some decisions that were made, there were some really unique guys that set that tide really high for us as coaches and as players.
Next week on Let It Fly.
I gotta put that one on the line.